All right, we're going to get right into it today. We will be breaking down a member of the Boston Celtics known as Jaylen Brown. Now, Jaylen Brown, as far as I found out, these are all the little tidbits of information I found interesting. He was born Jaylen Marcellus Brown. Marcellus Wallace. I couldn't stop saying that while looking up all of the information about him. He was born on October 24th, 1996. And I feel really, really old. Not a fun fact, but this interesting thing I found that's terrible. In 2014, he tweeted when he was a student in high school, a teacher came up to him and said that she would look him up in Cobb County Jail in 5 years. And this kid was a good student, like a very quiet kid growing up. And everybody else in his high school said he's an outstanding student, first and foremost. And then he was this exceptional basketball player. So that's scary thought of a teacher, a person who's supposed to help students achieve their dreams, say that. Like last week, we had a teacher tell Zach LaVine to make his dreams more realistic. And now I don't know if teachers are just assholes or not, but I wonder if the next guy is going to get advice from his teachers about how badly he sucks. In high school, he was a McDonald's All-American, of course. He was the number 1 ranked high schooler coming out of Georgia. I think nationally, I believe he was 3rd. It was depending on what rankings you go by, but he was in the top 10 nationally, which is impressive. His mother and his grandmother raised him. He's a single parent. He came from a single-parent household. Michelle Brown, I read 2 PhDs, and then another thing I read that she has 3. I don't know. She has a PhD, let's just say that, from Michigan. I tried to look it up on Michigan's website, but I kept finding a whole bunch of other Michelle Browns all over the internet, so bear with me. But his mother is an extremely strong, intelligent woman. She really pushed education on him. Which is why when he graduated high school, he went to California, University of California, the Golden Bears. But then interesting, his father wasn't in his life. His father's Marcellus Brown. He was a 7-foot tall heavyweight boxer, and I will go over he was a record of 33 wins, 25 by KO, 18 losses, 13 by KO, and 1 tie. Imagine being knocked out 13 times in your life. In his career ran from 1989 all the way to 2016. He came out of retirement, and he won the vacant WBC heavyweight title. The vacant World Boxing Council Fecker Box heavyweight title. I don't know if that's the official WBC title. They have so many divisions and branches that I don't even know if that's the official one. But he won a World Heavyweight Championship title, which is impressive, by TKO. And when he won it, this was one of his quotes. He said, my main motivation for coming out of retirement was to show my kids that I never gave up on my dreams. So I didn't want them to give up on theirs. I'm extremely proud of both my sons. I'm especially proud of Jaylen. At the time, he was an NBA basketball player. He is an extraordinary athlete and very smart. He's even planning to go to Harvard next year. So I'm extremely proud of both my sons, really. The only advice I would give them when entering into the professional arena, they are going to be in for a rude awakening. Very doom and gloom. They are going to see how nasty the entertainment industry really is. I want them to know to stay on course and don't let anybody distract them, and they'll be just fine, Brown said. So it goes into that. So he played in high school. He was injured. He broke his ankle. There was no freshman stats, so I'm guessing he broke his ankle his freshman year, and then his sophomore year he came back towards the end of the season and helped them, but there was no stats on that. And then his junior year, he averaged 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1.5 blocks his junior year. And then his senior year, when he won a state championship, he sunk 2 free throws with 4 points or 1.6 seconds left to win the game by 1. And he was notoriously not a good free throw shooter. So they may have fouled him on purpose. No, because you're down by 1. There's no reason to foul on purpose. That was a stupid thought. Good job, Chase. But in senior year, he averaged 28 points and 12 rebounds. They didn't have any of the other stats. I looked them up. He played 1 year, like I said, in California, in the Bay Area, and through that he got involved in the tech industry, as everybody who goes to San Francisco does. But that's one of the reasons he went there, was because a lot of smart people come out of that college. He wanted to, network and create all those connections through there. When he was drafted in 2000, I forget. It was on the top of my. It was 2014. Come on. Where am I? It's unbelievable. Good job. You forgot when he was drafted, Chase. Anyway, he was drafted. He was drafted in the NBA. Jesus. Good Lord have mercy. And it was 2000. I should have wrote it down. In 2016. For some reason, in my head, I was thinking 2014. That was somebody else. Jesus. But he was drafted in he was drafted in the same year Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram went number 1. He went number 3. Everyone was saying that the best player coming out, number 3, was Chris Dunn. And apparently the Boston Celtics saw this upside in him because he was athletically ready to come out of college that year. To come out of college going to the NBA. But his jump shot wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. And he developed all these things later. His rookie year, he only played 17 minutes a game, averaged 6.6 points, 2.8 rebounds. The next year, though, he got 30 minutes a game, and his points went up to 14.5 and then 5 rebounds a game. The next year is when Kyrie got injured, or Kyrie came and kind of screwed up the whole chemistry aspect of it. That second year, he got a concussion. He fell. It's an infamous play where he dunked the ball and his fingers slipped off the rim, and he landed on his neck and his shoulders and his head, and he was out. He went stiff. It was really, really scary to see. But he obviously recovered, played a great season. His next season was kind of a downer because Kyrie and the chemistry issues. And then the next season, this season, that got stopped, the 19-20 season, he averaged 34 minutes a game, 20 points. And then this is the year that he showed the Celtics what he could become. They offered him a contract extension of $103 million for 4 years. So he will be getting $22.9 million next year, 24.8, 26.6, and 28.5. So he's making some good money. Now we are ending this podcast. There's nothing really else. He does a lot of work with kids from his high school. He had a program where he's from Georgia. It's where he was born and raised. That if they read well and they showed improvement, that they could come to the game. And out of 31, I believe 21 made the trip. So he's giving back, how he can. Struggled to start the season. Yeah, that's year 3 with Kyrie. I couldn't imagine going through that. You have a distinct role, and then this weird guy who thinks the earth is flat comes in. But out of his draft class, he's really you can say second best. I would still pick Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram or him. I would choose Jaylen Brown right now, but that's just my personal opinion. So that was a very quick, very terrible deep dive into Jaylen. I can't believe I forgot when he was drafted. 2016, you dummy. Maybe I'll do another one on him that's better. But I'm not redoing this. It is how it is. You only get one chance in life.